Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
All right, everybody, welcome to Torah Made Flesh. I'm your host, Daniel, and I got with me Curtis Reid, who's been in the dark. He's been lost in Canada for many months now. So,
Wandering around in the Canadian wilderness.
wandering around in the Canadian wilderness. But it is awesome and good to see you. I know you guys have been
Likewise.
doing a lot. You know, of course we have too, but just a lot of stuff, a lot of life going on. So how's everybody been doing?
Yeah, months has been exceptionally disruptive. We've had the move, and for anybody who doesn't know, that Pip and I have been led to move back from New Zealand back over to North America, and that has involved. You know these things are going to involve a lot, don't you, right? But then when you actually start doing them, you're going, maybe I underestimated, a little bit of what was going to be coming. But we've had a number of challenges, and look, it's been good. And by the way, on both the behalf of Pip and I, to anybody watching this, we just really want to thank people for their support and their prayers and their encouragement. It means a lot, and we appreciate, and most of all, their patience too, because as you know, I've been in a blackout outside of, some radio programs and podcasts, the teachings and stuff, as we focus on the transition of all the Bible Pathway Adventures stuff into and resetting that all up in Canada, plus our personal transitions, plus Pip's going through immigration issues, and so it's immense. It really is, and so we just want to say thank you to those who have just given us that encouragement and support and prayers and patience. So
For
I
sure.
just want to make sure we said that.
Absolutely. So I got to ask, because I feel kind of bad. How's MJ? How's MJ through all this?
Hey, you're gonna have to flash a picture of her. Everybody's gonna wonder.
I have to get a picture of MJ up there.
That's right. Flash it up. That's the dog. if anybody doesn't know. And yes, very important question, Daniel. And she's doing great. So she's settling in. She's she has not known a lot of things in Canada. So when she first got here, she'd never seen a squirrel. So there's just things like that, right? She doesn't know, and so she's learning what to react to and how to react and all that kind of a thing.
Don't have squirrels in New Zealand?
I got no. And so I got to teach her that
Really?
when she sees a bear for the first time, I've got to teach her that no, don't attack the bear.
That's a no.
That's a no on that one. But she's doing great. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so she's settling in the new home, and Pip's starting to settle in. And we're starting to get on the other side of this now. And
Sure.
it's nice. Like, and of course we needed to do that going into the lead up. And here we are on the eve of the fall, commencement of the fall feast, Moedim. And the aim really was, by the time we were gathering at Sukkot, that we would be able to come out of Sukkot, enjoy being with the family, and enjoy getting together and doing some of the things we're going to do this year at Sukkot, and then come out and really start some of the new and exciting stuff, Daniel. So now that we're getting finally set up on this end, so the light is at the end of the tunnel.
That's right. You can see it.
Yeah, we can.
That's cool. The downhill slope is good. I mean, I know we've had, in the process of all this, we've had another move, a transition. We're still in the same area, but we moved again also. And, I'm still got boxes and stuff and trying to work and just, I mean, you know how it is. It's not near as bad as yours. I didn't switch continents or anything. So,
Yeah,
but
well,
it was still it's been a headache in its own.
challenges are challenges, and they come, and so we just work it through and that sort of a thing. But we're that's why we're there for each other, and
That's right.
and and that's why we're happy though that we're on the started on the other side of this, and looking forward really to getting back and doing a lot of the things of why we actually have come over.
That's right.
And repositioning ourselves on this side of the world. So, but it is exciting to be here, and being a lot closer with a lot of the family and the people that we walk with and work with and things like that. So, there's just a lot of exciting things, but they are challenging.
They are challenging, but it's going to be great. We got a lot of stuff in store, and that's one of the reasons we come on tonight, just to want to give everybody an update, tell everybody what's going on, and we got some exciting things coming. I'm pretty excited, and as far as for us going on, we're working on our website, getting it up and going, and we've never had a website before, so that's kind of exciting for us. We're moving into that, and going to be filming a lot more content. And this year, we get to be blessed and get to go up and spend Sukkot with you guys. That's going to be awesome for us because we've never been that far, and we get to bring the family up and enjoy hanging out with you guys, and film some content up there. And
we talked about this last year.
Yes, we
were
did.
Together at Sukkot with MTOI and Rabbi Stephen, and we talked about this, and it's happening.
It is happening, and that's
we're actually getting together and doing the Sukkot thing as we discussed, and
that's right.
And this one hasn't been, as we didn't kind of open it wider, in the sense of, we kept it smaller and things so that we could, manage things, and just with the transitions and everything else. But I was glad
moving really isn't enough for you. You would have to open up a
do a Sukkot.
Think so.
And that's right. And Pip right now, she can't travel outside of Canada because of the immigration and the residency thing. So, we've got a number of constraints on us right now. But we're looking forward to the Sukkot this year, and we're right on the border with Idaho and Montana and Canada right there. So we're kind of all meeting in our little group in a bit more of a private, intimate setting, but really looking forward to that. And as always, the Fall Moedim, which is some of my most favorite stuff.
Oh yeah.
To enjoy and teach and talk about the great prophecies and the covenant, marriage covenant perspective, and and so it's it's just a wonderful thing. So
it is wonderful, and I'm looking, like I said, we've been looking really forward to it. So we're excited to get all our kind of finish up getting our little ducks in a row so we can head out and get up there with you guys. So but I just wanted to give the people a little bit of an update, and let them know what's going on and what they can expect. And we was hoping to have more content out earlier this year, but because of us moving, and then you guys ended up moving, and just
I know we go to set something in motion, and then all of a sudden, Father's got something else to say, right? And next thing you know, we're packing boxes. So I'm almost scared to say anything, because you never know what's.
Well, yeah, and I would just leave your bookcase or whatever is behind you there. I just leave it empty for right now, just to make sure.
Well, that thing's just gotten up. The right now we still have personal belongings on the ocean right now as we speak, and they're supposed to be
over, huh?
Yeah, all my books, everything. Yeah, so it's all there. Yeah, so it's just crazy, we just go. That's why I'm looking forward to a bit of a rest and celebration, brother.
I definitely am that, and even for us, because this is it's kind of a trip for us. So, but it's going to be really good because we're getting to come up with some other folks. So we're just making a really cool kind of a family vacation, with the feast. It's kind of a added little bonus for us, and it's going to be really good because we could really use the little bit of extra time to just kind of relax and try to figure out the direction that that he's kind of wanting us to go, other than trying to really concentrate on putting a lot of effort into this. It's just, I mean, we talk about a lot of things, so it's just trying to get the focus, like, well, what's the direction, like where are we really supposed to be, what are we really supposed to be doing, that. And so yeah, we can definitely use a little bit of a rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but it's
All right.
exciting, and I'm excited for more programs, and we got a lot more stuff lined up, and gonna get, I'm really excited to get Michael on here too, and get him.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be organizing that all after.
Oh yeah, after
Sukkot,
Sukkot.
so yeah.
We'll be lining it up, and hopefully, we get on it, and he allows us to get some stuff going before he tries to throw another detour out my way, But
What do you
boss.
what do we want to hit here for updates? What are you thinking?
Well, I really want you to, as far as I'm going, I kind of, we got the website going on, and that's going to be live. Hopefully by the time we post this tomorrow, that will be up. And I just want to give credit to Katie. She's really pretty much been doing that herself. It's kind of just been.
Now this is the new website.
New brand.
The launch. Yeah. It's fantastic. It looks really good.
Is where it's going to be. So, go check it out. We would love your feedback. So, and it's kind of the beta version. She's really put a lot of effort into it. So I'm very proud of her for that, and very thankful that she's able to do that for us. But as far as that goes, I'd really like you to share a little bit about a couple of the things you got coming up with the River Shabbats and the stables, and just kind of give people a little bit of update on what that's going to be looking like here in the next, coming months or so.
Right. Okay. Well, first, I think what I'll do is I'll just give people a update on the Bible Pathway Adventures. So that's all been now reestablished on the North American side. So it's all set up, and we're running again, and we're really excited because a lot of the stuff there is now going to be available in print on Amazon, as well as the digital download materials and being able to print it at home. So depending on what people want to do, we're excited. We just released, we're just about to release the new adventure, which is Solomon, the temple builder. And so that's just about to come out, and all the things related with that. And then of course, all the materials and stuff that we do around the Moedim, and the various age groups and things. So we're really excited there. We've been working really, really hard to get that reestablished here, and so it's good, and it's back functioning and doing its thing. So we're really excited there, and there's some neat things going on which I can't speak about yet, and some exciting things with Bible Pathway Adventures. But when it's time, I'll raise that. But there's some neat things also in the pipeline there, but just not privy to speak about some of that stuff yet. So that's pretty much Bible Pathway Adventures. So again, if people haven't checked it out or whatnot, then just go to the website at www.biblepathwayadventures.com, and they'll be able to. I think we got the Amazon links there if they want the printed forms as well to go.
One and printed ones are very nice. I know we ordered them one. Well, we ordered when you first started them. We ordered the Jonah one, and it comes. I mean, they're very beautiful. They're very well done, put together. They're awesome. So I know people are going to love those, and but the download content is good too.
I was just going to say the activities are now coming out onto Amazon. So that's this is the beginners one. So that's really under 5.
That's the one I need right there for me.
Yeah, but this so these now are coming out as well. If anybody hasn't seen, this is just a proof copy, but we're really excited about these because we're getting some wonderful feedback from all that kind of stuff. So anyway, people want to
So
check
that's
that
on
out.
that's the Amazon. They can go there and get the Amazon link for that one.
Yeah. So everything, eventually what we're doing is that so there's the digital and the printed and available. So whatever works for people, and how they want to do it. So that's the whole idea. So eventually now, one of the reasons why we're back here is releasing all of that. And so that's coming out there. Anyway, we're really excited about it. So that's been a lot of fun. And Pip's been so busy and working so hard and diligently to really, man, she's just been, flat out just trying to make sure that just so much is happening, and she's just done such a great job. So
I mean,
so
what
anyway,
else can she do? I mean, you chained her down in Canada. She's not allowed to go.
that's right.
Like,
Well,
we're gonna get that stuff up and going again. You don't have nothing else to do. No, she's awesome. I there's something to say about the kind of women that handle all the crap that we can't.
well, you know what they say, all right? Behind every good man's an even better woman, right?
That's right.
So,
Right.
so anyway, but yeah, so we're really excited about all the stuff there with Bible Pathway Adventures. So, yeah, if anybody hasn't checked it out, go check it out, and I'll talk about some of the other stuff in future programs as I'm allowed to. And then what do we got? So really, we're looking at the donkey stables. And we're going to start to open those a little bit wider towards the end of this year, as I'd mentioned more at the beginning of this year, and allow people to just, connect. We've got on the, connecting the House of Israel, and just letting people come together and, start to, walk,
That's right.
at that level that Yeshua patterned, that 12. And so that's important. So in the whole discipleship spectrum, there was something particular Yeshua focused on, and that's really what the stables is about, bringing that peace back into the whole discipleship tree, and the analogy that I used there. And he particularly spent time modeling and patterning this, because essentially it had been taken out, and it had been corrupted and taken away from the common people, and so fellowship at that emotional level, at that more level of intimacy, essentially was either corrupted or taken out. And so he was putting it back, and it changed the course of human history, putting that piece back in there. And we've had an adversary trying to take it away ever since. So
it's amazing.
Yeah,
it really is, because even personally, I have. It seems like every time that there's a meeting, like there's some unfathomable emergency that I have to. and I'm not actually exaggerating. It is just like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, yeah, it really is. It almost gets obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like leading up to the appointed times, isn't it? You can almost guarantee that something's going to happen as you get closer to try and get you thinking about the things other than what we should be. And it is, yeah. And we're easily distracted, and we often have so many other priorities in our lives that we easily sometimes shift that ahead of the ones that we shouldn't be. And so that's why we need the discipleship, Daniel. So we help each other get the priorities straight. So
well, and it's good because we got a lot of stuff that we got to deal with anyway, and Yeshua was able to do that a little more closely with his 12, but that's the idea, be able to come together and deal with them things and have some accountability, and take those first couple of steps of like, okay, this is what we should be doing, this is what it looks like. I'm excited for that. I'm definitely excited. I mean, the stable environment's very, very awesome. And you got the testimony video up on YouTube, and then go to the website and for everybody, I'll make sure we link the Amazon things, and all the stuff will be linked under this video when it's done anyway. But I'm hoping to get while we're up in Canada, we'll be able to get some more testimony from some of the guys and be able to share that on here too, because I want people to know how important it is. And I want them to know that it's a very awesome thing to have that discipleship and accountability with other people, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to be, I'm going to be teaching on prophecy and focus, with a marriage covenant lens. And as I do every year at this time, because I believe it's the time of year we should be. This is the time of year that we've got permission to talk prophecy, but maybe not politically, but biblically. And so we're gonna put the focus back where it belongs, and not all this weirdness that's going on out there. Just so much rubbish that's out there, and we'll just, again, it's just that time of the year to get together, enjoy one another, and we're gonna put those together. I believe you're filming them for TMF. Is that true?
Yep. We're gonna film all of those teachings so that we can put them up here and share them with everybody, because we got to get them out. They need to know.
Well,
the marriage covenant, man. The marriage
every year. That's right. That's the whole reason that you got the dress rehearsals. We're supposed to be honoring and thinking about these things. And I don't know why it is when we get to the fall appointed times, but everybody wants to discuss something other than what they're actually meaning and the why of them all. And so I go a little bit the other way, as you know, Daniel.
Yes.
When it's a Sukkot focused, or whether I've got input into it. And that's really around, no, we're going to be actually talking about why it is we're gathering, not using it as a platform to do other things. And so, because they're not our appointed times, they're his.
No. They belong to him. He installed them. He expects us to, honor them in the way they're supposed to be. The problem is we don't, most of the time, don't know how to honor them like we're supposed to. So
we'll bring our silly business in after the Moedims are finished, and then we can get back to our stuff, right?
Oh yeah, we could definitely do our weirdness stuff like that. But no, it's great because the biblical marriage covenant and what that is very amazing. It's one of the, literally it's from the front of the book to the back of the book, and we just don't even realize it until.
Well, it's a funny thing, but and again, if we're talking the Sukkot stuff, but I know over the years, as I've been on this journey now, boy, for a while now. How many years is it now? But it's a funny thing, right? Because you don't you don't know what you don't know, and until you start to really to look at things, and again, what are we going to learn and grow and understand as we move forward as well, right? And so I think a lot of the stuff, when I say, there's just so much rubbish and stuff out there, we're all guilty of it.
Absolutely.
Because we're living a learning curve. And so this isn't about, looking at somebody else and say, it's about, let's look in the mirror and let's be honest. We're having to learn, we're having to grow, and we don't know it all. And so we got to allow ourselves a chance to journey and to live this process through. And so I don't generally tend to focus on, the darkness and, where it's all wrong. It's like, look, let's just take a look at what we do understand, where we're going now. How does this apply to our life today? And encourage each other to be in that space. And I think if we can try and keep this in the lens that he asked us to view it, then we're not going on about, this is the end of the world, and all that kind of stuff, that it's actually about, the coming of our Messiah. And that's something to celebrate. That's something to understand. Now, there is some serious things around that. And in fact, the fall Moedim incorporate the fact that we should also be soberly thinking about that and honoring that. But we just don't want the focus being on what, what the bad guy is doing. We want to have the understanding of what our King has put in place in motion.
That's right, because he's going to do what he does, and our focus don't need to be on that, because we already know that's his job. His role is to do his thing. We should be focused on preparing ourselves to be the bride for when he does show up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that means putting all the BS aside and coming together and understanding one another, and understanding that, you're in a different place than me, and I'm in a different place than him or her or whatever, and that's okay. There's nothing
Takes a
wrong.
while though, Daniel. Yeah, it takes a while to get through because we got thick heads, and we're stubborn. We're obstinately stubborn, and we can be recalcitrant, and we love to justify, and and we've got this thing called pride in the picture, and so we'll work this through. But at the end of the day, let's just get back to enjoying and being with one another and doing these sorts of things, and allow the process to play out. So. And I hope everybody just has a wonderful, appointed times this year with, Yom Teruah, the real thoughts and repentance that comes with atonement, and then of course a wonderful celebration, with Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. So, let's enjoy all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. I do. I hope everybody has a wonderful time, man. That's because it's an amazing time. I remember my very first feast was a Sukkot that we attended, and it was unlike anything we've ever done before, and we were so thankful that we were able to be a part of something like that. And I was just like, it's awesome that it is what it is, so but yeah, so
but that leads me to something else.
Oh yeah,
River Shabbat. And I'll be talking a bit more about this at Sukkot. We were waiting to sort of talk about and let people be aware, but people that don't know about it, and again, we'll speak about it a bit more at Sukkot. But we are excited and looking forward to every week and Friday evenings doing live River Shabbat via Zoom, and we're going to come together starting at around 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to get together and we're going to do teachings. We're going to have testimony in there. We're going to incorporate some two sticks things, and people are going to be welcome to come and join us live. And then, of course, we'll be recording those, the teaching portions of it. But there's going to be some fellowship, some Q&A afterwards, things like that, which won't be recorded. But and so you won't enjoy that sort of thing unless you tune in live. But it's really going to be discipleship based, and so in its wider sense. So this isn't the stable sense. We're now a ring out, but it's still there to encourage people to go deeper, and for us to get over ourselves and really realize that this is about a work being done inside. And we can do all the traditions, we can honor all the things we want, do them the way we think is right, and try and tick all the boxes and be seen to be honoring the faith as best as we understand it. But ultimately, if there's not a work done, if there's actually not a change in our hearts, and we win the battleground and we experience the renewing of the mind, as Paul would say, then no amount of box ticking is going to fool Messiah. And so we need to understand what this was all pointing to, and the reason for it, and that was so that we would actually experience heart circumcision. And so the idea of River Shabbat will be, is taking what our Christian brethren have understood and have gotten right, for centuries, with understanding the blood of their Messiahs bought them, and, taking the Torah and the preservation of that on the Jewish side, and how that was, not thrown away, but how does that work, in line with his blood, and everybody getting in the river and going, what, if we can take what has been good and what has been set apart on both sides of this riverbank and bring them together, we have a very beautiful faith. And we're losing the simplicity that's found in Messiah. I'm going to talk a bit about this at more at Sukkot, but we have a very beautiful faith, and we can enjoy it. And I get a sense sometimes, Daniel, that there can be, I sense there's a lack of joy in many camps right now, and even a lack of shalom and things like that. And so I think if we get back and get in the river and get in where there's some life and start wanting to uphold one another and get back to this way of doing things, then I think that's a good place for the rock to work, and we don't have to compromise truth while we do it, and all that sort of thing. So, but we do need to allow people the journey, and we do need to be, to encourage it, and so that's really what River Shabbat's going to be around. Is around that place of being able to come in and go, no, this is not some, Christian thing or some Jewish thing. It's really a faith
The
thing.
Bible thing. Yeah,
It's a faith thing. Yeah. And we're just going to, journey this out and live the faith that our Messiah, paid in blood for us to live.
absolutely. I think people forget that. Like you brought up the heart issue, and the only thing I could say is, the mechanics don't mean anything if your heart ain't right. You can tie tassels on anything you want. You can be cutting the flesh. It does not matter if your heart ain't right.
Well, some of the behavior that I see and have seen over the years, you just really wonder, like if the work had really been done on people, would we see, people treating each other the way we do at times? And so, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, let's just keep our eyes focused on what is right, what is good, what is set apart, what is righteous. And that ain't us, it's him. So if we keep our eyes on him, then we can start to, hopefully have this stuff help us prepare our garments and, renew our minds, circumcise the heart, and all that sort of thing. So River Shabbat's going to be based around that, and we're looking to do that, like I say, every Friday, and it's 6:30 PST. And only the teaching or testimony
Will be
part of it, or the beginning of it will be recorded, and then we have a little bit of fellowship together and whatnot. So we're very excited about that, and we're looking at this point, it'll be starting around mid-May or towards mid-November, towards the end of November, following Sukkot, and getting back in and kicking this all off again.
That's right. I got a lot of kicking to do, so got a lot of stuff going on. So it's exciting though. I'm very happy just to even do this little bit is exciting for me because it's been kind of a struggle. So
yeah. Well, this is the humanity of it all, and this is the challenges that we have while we sit in the digital simulation, and we're in the time domain. We're trapped here temporarily, and
we are.
And so while we're here, then let's help each other figure this out.
That's right.
So we're excited, and if you're led to come and join us at 6:30 on Fridays, then just come in and tune in, and let's try and walk this through together as a family. And from there, we'll probably then we'll start to give further updates on the stables and things, probably from the River Shabbat. So if somebody's looking for a home or wants to get into a bit more intimate fellowship and things like that, then that's really where the stables come in. It's not it's not a yeshiva, it's not a Christian classroom, it's not the wider gatherings. It's literally finding a place where we can start to walk.
That's right.
With one another in a bit more real way. And it's not about airing dirty laundry and all that kind of stuff. It's just more about that we don't walk alone.
Yep. And you don't get to hide behind all the BS.
Nope. No. Well, you don't. Well, you start walking with people close enough in an accountable way.
That's right.
And in a focused way, in a disciplined way. You won't in the end, as you know.
Nope.
You won't. You can't play the games eventually.
We ain't got time for that anyway, man. I'm done with games, and it's just it's nonsense. So, but
yeah, so that's basically the updates from For me on BPA, the stables, which we'll use the River Shabbat to share more about as we go through. And then, of course, the stuff that we're planning for Torah Made Flesh. So it's
Absolutely.
busy time.
It is busy. It's very busy, and I want to, and I'm very excited. This has always been kind of my goal. So hopefully, we start working towards that to where get a lot more content out, because man, I love doing it. So, but yeah. So I'm glad everybody's doing all right. I'm glad you guys are getting settled in. Pretty excited for all the things that's coming up, and we'll definitely have a lot more updates on Torah Made Flesh as far as when those things are going, and places that you and people you could contact. So if you want to find out about them or how to do that. So yeah, and we're going to be hanging out here in about a week and a half. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I think the idea too was to get the the links and the teachings from the River Shabbat, so that they're actually available to TMF as well. So you'll be able to put them up and things like that. So, again, it's like it's just one of those things where we'll just, we'll get it out and do that. And there's some other things that we've talked about, which, probably best not to raise yet until we're ready. But,
that's right.
But yeah,
pretty exciting stuff. And then, that goes kind of back to the website. We'll hopefully that'll be a landing page for a lot of things for folks. So that'll be something where you could come to, and you can get to the, Bible Pathway or the Donkey Speaks or the River Shabbat teachings, or even, other ministries that we're friends with that we have on. And, so I've always kind of wanted it to be a kind of a one-stop shop, where people show up and are able to go and find other people, and and really grow as a body in general. Because one of my goals is to have this awesome conferences with all these teachers together, and everyone being happy and being together, and knowing what it really looks like for us to walk with one another, even though we might not agree on everything. But it's like showing the Messiah. It's kind of like, listen, we can get over our stuff. This is like, we want this. We want to be, we want to be one and be one in Him. And that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. So, just work towards that.
Yeah.
One day at a time, He'll show back up whenever He decides it's time for Him to show up.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see a lot of the people, and so is Pip. And it's just it's neat. And like I say, we'll enjoy now the Father's appointed times, and when we're done celebrating His, then like I say, we can
go back to our shenanigans.
That's right. We can get back on with our monkey business.
That's right.
And other than that, I'm just excited. I'm excited to see you guys soon, and a lot of other people on this end. I've been under the radar, here trying to get things sorted out long enough. But you know what, Daniel, the old saying, right? You can't help out someone else's house if your own house isn't in order. And so I believe in those principles. And,
absolutely.
When you're doing something as big and as disruptive as what we're doing, the focus goes where it needs to go. And so, hopefully we're getting closer to those foundations being complete, and enjoying getting back and walking a bit more, with the wider fellowship in the body and that sort of thing. So,
yes, sir. That's the goal. That is the goal. Because that principle right there, as you know, I've learned that one the hard way quite a few times. So,
hey, look, just because I'm the one saying it half the time doesn't mean I've fully got it yet.
And
but
the fact that I've had to relearn it more than one time tells you how hard it is. It's like, wow, this can't be true. It's like, oh, man.
Daniel,
better than that.
Hey, we're donkeys. Y'all loves donkeys. They got some great qualities, but sometimes we're a little bit hard of hearing, and or sorry, not hard of hearing, but stubborn. And sometimes we can be a little bit stubborn. There's a little bit of that self-preservation going on. And, I don't know anybody in this journey, anyone that I've known in my life, that for whatever time or things that they're going through in their life, or as the Father's doing things with us, that does not display the characteristics of a stubborn donkey. We do.
Very much so.
You know what? But again, that's where, we help each other. And, the flip side of it is these are incredible beasts of burden, and, they can do a lot of other things.
Oh gosh. Oh, at least this one can be. Golly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I say, it's a humbling reminder sometimes of the things we go through, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It sure is. But so anyway, yeah, this is exciting, and I'm glad you had a little bit of time to come on here and tell folks about this, because I know I'm excited. I know you guys are excited about stuff. So we get some stuff rolling on here, and hopefully, we get a couple of these things going. I'm even excited about the River Shabbats. I think that's going to be really nice. So,
awesome, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
I got a big hug for you, brother.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We're on our way. We're counting the days down. Everybody's starting to pack this week and get stuff lined up, and trying to get all the other bells and whistles lined up that need to be taken care of before we leave with the car, and all the life goal stuff of making sure that you could actually get there. So
yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to push or do any real laborious, intensive stuff, So yeah, get all that stuff, try taking care of this week, and yeah, we'll be up to see you, man, and we'll have some fun.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for having me on, and being able to give a little bit of an update and saying hi and all that sort of thing, and look forward to seeing everybody soon as we start popping our heads back up.
That's right. Well, tell Pip we said hey, and we love you guys, and we will see you soon. So
okay.
All right, brother.
Shabbat shalom, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom,
right,
shalom.
Shalom. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you would go to the page, like us, follow us on YouTube, and let us know what you think. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Shalom.